Hi, I'm Mike Martin, former Detroit Catholic Central Shamrock and Michigan Wolverine, and current Tennessee Titan. And you're watching State Champs, the home of high school sports.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. The Detroit Sports Commission, where champions are made and championships are played. Log on to DetroitSports.org. Our friends with the UAW and Chrysler. Pirani's Hockey and Lacrosse World. Over 20 Michigan locations. Go to lacrosseworld.com for info.
Spring is in the air and State Champs is back to work. We're presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. I'm Lauren Plant. As you can see behind me, the lockers are representing the spring sports. We're good to go, right, Stephanie?
Yes, we are. Not a whole lot going on this week, Lauren. So we've got our State Champs top games of the winter and our top plays of the winter coming up.
Yes, but we do have some fresh stuff too. Our main event is in lacrosse. Brother Rice and Country Day met on the field earlier this week.
And we debut our first top 10 in our first ever UAW Chrysler High School Baseball Player of the Year race.
Kyle Bogenschutz has a new recruit report as well, but let's start by taking a look back at our top 5 games of the winter.
One team, one family. We're playing with one heart. Boys, what do we have in our mind? One goal. One goal. Let's go get them.
Bears have never swept the season series versus the Trojans. They could here. In white, first period, the senior Griffin Mayani. Ooh, maybe the keep was screened. Bears up 2-1 after the opening period. Trenton on a mission to defend their D2 state championship. Postseason just around the corner. Late in the second now, pair of seniors getting it done. Nick Bondi going wide. Griffin Sawyer creeping. There it is, 14th goal on the year. Trojans struck early in the third. Punching in and going to work, the senior Phil Puglisi. 17th on the season, Trenton up 3-2. But back comes Roosevelt, and on the man advantage this time. Our Warrior Sports Player of the Year candidate, Alex King, stuffs home his second goal of the game. We were headed into overtime, locked at 3s. And it was a short extra session. Bears on the prowl. The junior Austin McFarland, the whiff. The recovery, wait for it, shot on net, game winner. Wyandotte Roosevelt beats Trenton 4-3 the final. Detroit King ranked 5th in our Class A rankings, unbeaten at 18-0. Picked things up in the first half. Janae Williams with a beautiful dish to a slashing Malaysia McHenry. She had 10 points on the night. Crusaders led 21-17 at the half. 18-1 Marion has been virtually unchallenged since they lost to Chicago Whitney Young in mid-January. Brittany Gray the kick to Kara Holinsky, who nails the triple. This was a great game. End of the third. After a wide-open junior Bailey Thomas straight in the three-pointer, Crusaders right back down the floor. And it's Williams from half court at the buzzer. Count it! Detroit King led 37-32 going into the fourth. Both teams refused to give in. It was a back-and-forth fourth. Great ball movement by the Mustangs. Thomas feeding to Gray, who's bucket-bound. The senior had 15. 11 seconds left now. Marion with the rock. Holinsky loses the handle, gets it back, puts it up. She scores. Mustangs a 50-49 lead. The other way. King with the chance. Alicia Norman driving. No! Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. Birmingham Marion hangs on. 50-49 the final. This game had everything, including lots of buckets. Gabby Casanelli, the underappreciated bounce pass to the three-sport star Kyla Simonis. The Patriots trailed 34-31 at halftime. Two of the top players in the Detroit metro area didn't disappoint in this one. First, the Illinois commit, Sierra Rice, the dribble drive, and the smooth finish. The senior with a team-high 31, the Lady Blue Devils up 52-47 into the fourth. The other star this night, donning the road grays, the superlative sophomore, Kiera Fletcher. Hoop and the harm. She had 36, Cousino down 60-58 with 1:23 to go. A furious finish. 15 seconds left. Simonis ties it up at 60. The Pats pressing, but Eliza Brown will find Benna Ames, and this is the go-ahead bunny. Cousino with great chances on the other end, but no go. South takes over first place in the MAC Red. 62-60 is your final.
Yes, it is springtime, but this is a big time of year for football recruiting. I'm Kyle Bogenschutz with this week's Recruit Report. We begin with 3 commitments for the Michigan football program, starting with a quarterback out of the state of Indiana in Brandon Peters. 6'4", 190 pounds. He's currently ranked as the #1 quarterback in the Midwest, and Jim Harbaugh made it a priority to get a signal caller to kind of get the ball rolling in that class, and it certainly did. They pick up 2 other running backs as well. One in Southfield's Matt Falcon, 6 foot, 200 pounds, good balance of power and speed. They also go all the way down to the state of Alabama and get Kingston Davis, who is a pure power back. 6'1", 230 pounds. He's going to be a load to bring down in that backfield for Michigan. Scout.com also updating the 2016 in-state rankings. #1 player in the entire state, Detroit King wide receiver Donnie Corley. You've heard a lot about him. Backing him up at #2, Michael Jordan, offensive tackle out of Plymouth. Coming in at #3, cornerback Lavert Hill out of Detroit Cass Tech. Of course, we already made mention of Matt Falcon. He's at 4. And coming in at 5, Michael Onwenu, defensive lineman, offensive lineman out of Detroit Cass Tech. Talking about Michigan State as well, up in East Lansing, Mark D'Antonio not going anywhere. They send out a nice offer in the class of 2017 to a legacy recruit, Hunter Rison, the son of former Michigan State Spartan Andre Rison. He's about 5'11", 170 pounds, a little undersized right now, but a speedster and a wide receiver that the Spartans are clearly targeting in that 2017 class. And another great story, Farmington Hills Harrison defensive end Khalid Kareem. Heard a lot about him for his exploits on the football field. Took visits to Harvard and Yale this week, so academics clearly going to be important in his recruitment. With this week's Recruit Report, I'm Kyle Bogenschutz.
Hey State Champs Nation, spring sports are starting to get into full swing here, so don't forget to follow us on social media to stay up to date with all your favorite high school teams. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're on it all. Stay tuned, we're revealing the first top 10 in the UAW Chrysler High School Baseball Player of the Year contest next on State Champs.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
The Detroit Sports Commission Prep Kickoff Classic, presented by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, returns to the campus of Wayne State University August 27th through the 29th, with 3 days of action-packed games featuring the state's top teams and players. The Prep Kickoff Classic is brought to you by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, the Marines, Community Bowling Centers, and Performance Orthopedics. Log on to DetroitSports.org for more information.
Swipe left. Swipe right.
What is going on over? Oh, why do you have my dog?
Is ordering Hungry Howie's online so easy? Even your couture canine can do it?
How many did Mr. Sparkles order?
7. And dog pizzas?
You ordered 49 pizzas?
No, you did. My card was declined. Want a slice? Or 400?
Hey, everyone gets a free medium pizza on their next online order with coupon code FREE1. Now that's an idea.
Hungry Howie's!
Welcome back to State Champs. I'm Ryan Terpstra. I know football season seems like a long ways away, but recruiting season is year-round. And when Jim Harbaugh was hired as the new head coach at Michigan, a lot of fans wondered how would he do trying to reel in some of the state's top talent. Well, this last week, a couple of homegrown stars committed to play for the Wolverines. And to hear why, we go in focus with Farmington's David Reese.
This past weekend, I went down to practice after the time limit photo shoot, and I just got a chance to talk with Coach Harbaugh and basically just tell him I could help him there. He was real excited to hear that, and then later on that day, he offered me a scholarship, and I was real excited about it.
Reese checks in at 6'1", 230 pounds, and with his skills, he could play both linebacker or fullback at the next level.
The nice thing about him is he gives you various options, but I think on either side of the ball, like I said, he's going to work hard, he's going to hit people, and he's going to do whatever it takes to help the team win. I think every class needs a guy or a few guys like David Reese.
I'm actually graduating early, and I'm just excited to, play downhill physical football, Big Ten, big-time football. It doesn't get any bigger. I feel like my game really reflects someone of, a type of player that plays Big Ten football, and, they're getting away from that spread stuff, and I really can see myself playing there.
Michigan also picked up a commitment this week from Southfield running back Matt Falcon. And given the pool of talent this year, expect a lot more players moving on to the next level.
I think you've got 35 to 40 bona fide possible BCS Power 5 guys, and then you've maybe got 60 to 70 to 80 Division I guys in the state, so it's extremely deep, and the more that we see guys emerge, it seems like every week somebody new gets an offer, or somebody new gets interest from a Michigan State or Michigan, or even gets an offer. A couple of surprises happened recently. I think it's an extremely deep in-state class.
Now that the decision is out of the way for Reese, he's looking forward to being a leader during his senior year and is excited about joining his future teammates.
We could be the class for Jim Harbaugh to turn this thing around and really be rubber stamped as his first whole recruiting class, so the opportunity is great.
For In Focus, I'm Ryan Terpstra.
Hey everybody, look what the cat dragged in. We haven't had him in the studio for months, and we've got big news. This is our first ever UAW Chrysler High School Baseball Player of the Year race. Very similar to what we've done in the past with Mr. Football, and of course, just recently with hockey. It's going to give you an opportunity to weigh in. We've got our top 10 candidates for the early season here. It's on your screen right now. Tom wants to talk about a couple of them.
Well, Nick Plummer, you have to start with, from Birmingham Brother Rice, has played since his freshman year for Bob Riker. All reports are pointing to him to either get selected in the first round, second round, or third round. Just a tremendous hitter with tremendous speed. Maybe the best player ever to come out of Brother Rice. And number 2, we have Luke Schilling, who's really come out of nowhere. He signed with Illinois, a catcher the first 3 years at Pontiac Notre Dame Prep. He should be selected in the amateur draft too, hitting 95 consistently on the gun right now. How about that? Evan Kratt, the catcher out of Richmond, another player that could be taken in the draft in the first 8 rounds or so. And maybe a sleeper in the group, Chandler Sadat out of West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield obviously coming off one of their best seasons ever. Chandler plays the outfield, also throws for the Lakers.
All right, our top 10 candidates are on our website right now. You can go there at statechampsnetwork.com. You can vote for your favorite. The leading vote getter can never be removed from the race, no matter how we feel about it. This is going to continue all baseball season long, and that's not all. Next week, we introduce our first softball top 10. So a lot to get going here in the spring. Get on statechampsnetwork.com and vote.
Get ready, State Champs fans. Spring sports are underway, but it's time for the remaining top games of the winter, as well as a look at some of the top plays from this past winter season, right here on State Champs.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table. When we sit down together, we share our our expertise. You've got a legal problem, we know you need relief. Advice that you can trust, that's why people come to us. We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
Hey, it's lacrosse season, and Pirani's is your lacrosse headquarters. Pirani's offers lacrosse equipment for boys and girls and has everything for beginners, advanced players, and your entire team. Come to Pirani's for the largest selection, their experienced, knowledgeable staff, and simply the best price guaranteed. Visit one of their convenient locations or log on to lacrosseworld.com and shop online. It's always lacrosse season at Pirani's.
You may not know us, but you know the things we do.
We build landmarks,
buildings,
highways,
bridges, and pipelines.
We build rewarding careers.
We operate.
We maintain.
For over 100 years, we've kept Michigan running.
And we'll keep it running.
We're Operating Engineers 324.
And we're proud of being part of something special.
Join us.
Welcome back to State Champs. Lawrence Technological University takes pride in giving its students theory and practice. The Architecture Engineering Summer Camp program at LTU does just that.
The Architectural Engineering Camp, they provide opportunities for the students to use software and design in the class. They do projects and activities and where they build things. They identify the principles of architectural engineering. They bring in speakers from the outside to identify possible career paths in architectural engineering. And they do specific field trips to reinforce the learning. So all of that is very interactive. It's not just where someone's sitting there lecturing to you. You're constantly actually interacting not only in teams with the other students in the architectural engineering camp, but with professionals in the career that you want to pursue.
One of the best things about this camp, it's not just a hands-on experience, but it structures around a specific goal. That way the students have a true end result in mind to direct their focus.
The design challenge for the students this week was to take an existing building we have here on Lawrence Tech's campus, where our transportation program is housed, and doing an adaptive reuse for that building. We wanted them to think about doing a facelift to make it more energy efficient, to make it friendly not only for our campus here, but also for the greater community.
To learn more about LTU's many summer camps and other events happening at Lawrence Tech, head to ltu.edu. For State Champs, I'm Stephanie Funkhauser.
Now, back to our countdown of the top plays of the winter. Pittsburgh, a perfect 26-0 record. Sophomore Maddie Clark, fresh off a 26-point, 16-rebound semifinal performance over Our Lady of the Lakes. Nice move in the paint here. Panthers led 34-21 at the half. Wildcat lead grew to 22 in the third. Another sophomore, J.C. Berger, going left. Nice. She finished with 13. Pittsburgh rolling. St. Ignace has made it as far as East Lansing for the last 6 years. They beat second-ranked Frankfurt in comeback fashion to get here. The senior Margot Brown had 7 triples in that one. Here she goes again. Count it. Double-double, 19 points and 10 boards in this one. Saints trailed 48-40 after 3. The Saints kept marching in. Sophomore Jade Edelman driving and one. We were going to overtime, tied at 54. The number 1 star of the game, St. Ignace Junior Abby Osman. Her game-high 31 points, 11th most all-time in a title tilt. St. Ignace ties the largest championship comeback in MHSAA history. Saints win in OT 64-60. Third state title in 5 years. Epic. Wolves coming off their first regional championship in 6 years. Offense hot early. The Madonna recruit Andrew Myers knocking down one of 3 triples in the opening quarter. MSU head coach Tom Izzo in attendance for this one, watching the likely frontrunner for Mr. Basketball in 2016, U of D's Cassius Winston. Here, hitting the runner, the Cubs trail by 2 after the first. To the second quarter. Clarkston has been getting big contributions from its sixth man, the junior Taven Throgmorton. The drive for two. Back comes U of D. Off the rebound, Winston gets it out to the senior Gary Collins. He's got the layup. U of D now up 33-31 at halftime. We jump ahead to the fourth quarter, and it looked like U of D was going to run away with this one. Winston to the junior Obi Duru. Later, Winston, without hesitation, 3 points the old-fashioned way. Cubs up 6, 45-36. But don't count out Clarkston, as they would go on a 15-5 run. Myers was on his game. The hoop and the harm. Wolves take the lead 51-50. Under 20 seconds ago, Clarkston down 54-51. They call for Myers once again. He drains the triple. Team high 27 points. We were tied at 54, but with 4 ticks left, following a U of D Jesuit timeout, you know who's getting the rock. Winston. The layup as time expires. He finished with 34. U of D Jesuit wins a thriller at Callahan, 56-54. Let's now count down the top plays of the winter. We begin at number 5, the Division III Team Wrestling State Championship. Richmond going up against Dundee, one of the best rivalries. And in the final match, Richmond's Connor Bayham needs the pin on Harry Wallace to win the state title. Bayham would get it done. Richmond wins its first wrestling state title in 3 years. Next to number 4, as you saw earlier in the top games of the winter, Janae Williams of Detroit Martin Luther King hitting the half-court buzzer beater to end the third quarter against Birmingham Marion. Wow. We now go to number 3, Trenton versus Wyandotte Roosevelt from February. Obviously hockey. Austin McFarland's goal in overtime gave the Bears its first regular season sweep over Trenton in school history. Let's go to number 2 now. Back on the hardwood, East Kentwood and Hudsonville tied at 49 with 7 seconds left, and it's the junior Micah Rosser spotting up for 3, hits at the buzzer to claim the OK Red title. 52-49 the final. And to number 1, and it's the Class A quarterfinal basketball classic. U of D Jesuit junior superstar Cassius Winston getting the ball, lays it in as time expires. The Cubs beat Clarkston and moved on to the Class A Final Four. That's your top plays of the winter.
Thanks for sticking with us on State Champs. It's main event time. 2 lacrosse rivals went at it this week in one of the top matchups of the week. Detroit Country Day at Brother Rice. Let's see how it all went down.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your nonprofit organization can sell paper pizza certificates that your customers can redeem for 1 medium pizza at participating Hungry Howie's locations. Go to doughraiser.com to learn about, sign up for, and order everything Dough Raiser. Request a Dough Raiser kit for your group today. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
I'm Drew Brees, and being a dad means the world to me. And one of the most important things any parent can do is make sure their kids get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy, it can enhance important skills like concentration and problem solving, which can improve academic performance. This means physical activity can help your kids in the most important game of all, life.
The Detroit Sports Commission Prep Kickoff Classic, presented by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, returns to the campus of Wayne State University August 27th through the 29th, with 3 days of action-packed games featuring the state's top teams and players. The Prep Kickoff Classic is brought to you by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, the Marines, Community Bowling Centers, and Performance Orthopedics. Log on to DetroitSports.org for more information.
Welcome back to State Champs. It was 1 year ago when Country Day did what not a single team from the state of Michigan could do in over a decade: beat Brother Rice in boys lacrosse. Now, this did not deter the Warriors as they went on to win their 12th state championship. The Yellow Jackets and the Warriors met back on the field this week, and it's this week's main event.
Keep it simple today, fellas. Hey, have fun, go hard, play together. Sounds simple, but those three things, we're gonna walk out with a W, baby. It'll be a fun little 2-minute bus ride home. What do you say, fellas?
This, the first of possibly 4 times that Detroit Country Day and Birmingham Brother Rice could face off against each other. Pick things up in the first half. Brother Rice in white already up 2-0, looking to add more. The senior Brandon Kennedy feeds to Eric Schmidt, puts it in, Warriors up 3. Rice had 4 different players that scored in the first half, including the senior Bo Pickens. Check out the U of D Mercy recruit, the missile into the back of the net. Warriors rolling up 6-0. Detroit Country Day looking for any kind of momentum going into the break, they get it right here. Jake Hardy flips it over to Brendan Nolan, then to the junior attacker Cooper Belanger. He finds the twine. The Yellow Jackets down 6-1 going into halftime.
We're playing aggressive, okay? We are not resting on that first half. We're playing aggressive. We're putting the screws to them right now, okay? Kick the door in right now. Take their momentum away right now.
Let's go!
Let's get it, boys! 1, 2, 3,
yes!
Detroit Country Day would jump out to start the second half. The junior midi, Owen Sappington, would score. He made it 6-2, but that's as close as Country Day would get. Brother Rice started to pull away. Daniel Riom gets himself back up, then goes in to park it home. He finished with a pair of goals on the afternoon. Moving now to the fourth quarter, Rice making sure to put this out of reach. Morgan Macko picks up his own rebound, then buries it for the hat trick.
Let's go, boys. Hey, great game. Offense. That was awesome offense. Nice job.
Birmingham Brother Rice gets its revenge on Detroit Country Day. 11-4 the final. Warriors remain unbeaten at 4-0 to start the year. The main event is presented by the Detroit Sports Commission, dedicated to enhancing the local economy and the image of Metro Detroit, hosting amateur sporting events. Go to DetroitSports.org for details.
That's our show for this week, but before we go, we've got some big news.
That's right, high school football fans. The Friday Night High School Football Show will be back this fall, better than ever. We are proud to announce our partnership with Detroit Sports 105.1 FM. 14 shows beginning August 21st. Tom Markowski and I taking your calls from 10 to 11 p.m. all football season long.
Plus, beginning in October, State Champs moves to an hour-long show. More highlights, more stories, more high school coverage than you've ever seen. It's going to be epic.
That's right. We'll see you next week right here on State Champs.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. The Detroit Sports Commission, where champions are made and championships are played. Log on to DetroitSports.org. Our friends with the UAW and Chrysler. Pirani's Hockey and Lacrosse World. Over 20 Michigan locations. Go to lacrosseworld.com for info.